Hello there, and thanks for joining in. Every day is special here in You Were There, and today is no different. We'll be bringing you life-changing stories of real people with real transformation. A big thank you to the partners of the Christian Broadcasting Network for making it possible. But how can we change so many lives so many times? Well, it starts with a little, from tiny drops of water to a mighty ocean, because a big difference starts with a little step. You'll see just how true that is in this first piece. Stay tuned.
My friend reached out to me on WhatsApp and he was like, hey guy, I haven't eaten for the past 24 hours. I was like, okay, don't worry, I'll see what I can do by weekend. He told me, sorry, that weekend might be too late, so just send me anything you can send. And for me, anything was just 1,000 naira. That was what I had on me, so I sent it to him, and he reached out to me lately, that very day, and says, guy, that money you sent to me meant a lot to me. I was like, it's just 1,000 naira. He said, no, you actually saved a life. And I was wondering, what would 1,000 naira have actually done? That's more like the money I would have used for recharge card. Now, I get to hear people say daily that I want to give, but it's just little. I can't give because it's little. Your little, my little, and everybody's little is what 700 Club uses in impacting lives. 700 Club is able to go into interlands, go into communities to empower people to make sure provide clean potable water for people to drink, and also provide health facility for people. Everybody's little can make a very great impact. Do join us as a partner in 700 Club today.
Your little, my little, everybody's little can change lives. Thank you, Coyote, for choosing to be an irreplaceable small part of a big life-changing vision. It's the small efforts of all CBN partners that make big things happen, like the outreach at the IDP camp in Durumi and 2 churches at Life Camp in Abuja. You fed over 300 people. What a blessing. And I didn't make that up. See for yourself how your little made a big difference.
COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic.
On March 11, 2020, the WHO declared COVID-19 a pandemic. The novel coronavirus disease hit the world like a hurricane, killing millions as it spread. And with this came restrictions like wear a face mask, stand 2 meters apart, wash your hands regularly, and stay indoors except when necessary. As a result, incomes dried up, prices of food items soared, and many families became stranded.
Before we do buy a cup of rice of 18 naira, 16 naira for the local one. But now you get it 150, 170.
We have so many neighbors that cannot feed a day in their houses.
CBN collaborated with Azaria Ministry, an intercessory ministry that reaches out to widows and children, as they visited an IDP camp on the outskirts of Abuja.
I want to use this opportunity to thank the director, Dr. Osamaji, and also John Kama and the crew of Operation Blessing for giving Azaria Ministry this platform to be able to reach out to the needy. Thank you so much, and for the good work you're doing. God bless you.
Whenever we are remembered like this, it takes away our worry and gives us joy. We feel loved and feel like human beings too.
The team said goodbye to the camp and Azaria Ministry, but the outreach didn't end there. It was a timely intervention for members of the Assemblies of God Church and Calvary Faith Baptist Church, Kado, Abuja.
It was so clear that there was hunger. People will come knocking and say, Pastor, even if it is 4 Indomie, give me and let me and my family eat.
We are grateful to see so many things they give to us.
We hope to do more. We will also see that people have food on their table.
May the Lord keep this person blessing. Let their family never suffer this epidemic.
In partnership with Sow a Smile Initiative, CBN Africa paid a visit to members of Covenant Baptist Church, Jahi.
They have put in a big smile in my face. If I manage it very well, it goes about 1 month plus.
I want to say thank you to the organization. God bless you. As you've given to us, may God bless and give you more and more.
Thank you, CBN partners, for all you do. People who had no hope for the next meal got more than a meal because you showed up. God bless you. Coming up after the break is an interview with one of our partners. He shares how his obedience to God gave him the chance to touch lives beyond his reach. Don't go anywhere.
From tough terrains to deep waters, bringing hope and laughter to homes and communities. Thank you, CBN partners, for helping Martha, who was almost going blind as a result of cooking over smoky fires. She had no hope for a better life until CBN gave her a pair of glasses and a brand new business. Now she can look forward to a bright future. The people of Buckinriga village are also grateful to CBN for digging a brand new water well right at the center of their village. Now, the days of lack are over. Thank you, CBN partners, for putting smiles on people's faces.
Hello, and thank you for joining us on our interview segment. Today, I'm excited because we have one of our partners in the house, and he is Faith Doundara. So good to have you here, sir.
It's my pleasure. I'm glad to be here.
So today we'll just be exploring why you make the decision to partner with CBN. But before we get into that, I have a matter of concern and I just want us to talk about it. Recently, I was in the street interviewing a cross-section of people in Abuja, and I came across this young man. He said something that really got me thinking.
Everybody cares more about themselves because there is no time to think about someone else when you are not in the position you want to be. You have to first care for yourself before you start caring for someone else.
What do you make of that?
Okay, I discovered that in our nation, there are two categories of people. We have assets and liabilities. We have what we call our liability index. An asset liability index in our urban environment is 90%. What does that mean? If you go into the streets today and you encounter just 10 random people, 9 out of those 10 people are looking for what they can get from you with or without your permission. Now, 1 out of those 10 people is the person that is either like you or is thinking about how he or she can help you.
So what was it for you? What inspired your decision to say, you know what, I want to contribute to make total strangers' life better? Why did you make the decision to partner with the Christian Broadcasting Network? Okay,
one of the trainings I've been brought up with is that I should be able to have the maturity to understand the people, the environment that will be able to manage resources well enough for it to get to people. I also like to help people, but I discovered that there's only this far my help can go. And I also contribute to that enabling environment that we also talked about, because when I just help this person, that person, and you help them on an immediate basis, so they are unable to you are not actually taking care of the problem, you are actually enabling them. When you help them today, who will help them tomorrow? So organizations like CBN, they have the culture of managing and have created a system that can create sustainable help for beneficiaries around the world. I was particularly glad because I obeyed. When I see the smiles that are on the faces of children with cleft lip, that would never have received that help if it was dependent on my little money that was to give. I would never go to those places. But in obedience to God, my money has traveled very far. And that gives me a lot of joy.
You sound like a passionate giver. And I'm right about that. I believe that there are a lot of people who are like you, but they haven't found a place like CBN to give to. Would you want to encourage them to come on board so that together we can continue to do great things and change lives all across the world.
Okay. If you have resources that you would, or God has placed in your hand to give, I would encourage you to look for organizations that are reputable. Invest your money in places where people will make use of that money and create sustainable help for others. And you'll be surprised how far that help will go.
Wow. Thank you so much for that enlightening talk. Just before we go, I just want to drop this. The world is becoming challenging, and then it is possible to begin to turn the searchlight on yourself, to care for yourself, to look out for yourself. But would you please, as you go about trying to make ends meet, try to be conscious about your environment. Look out for the people around you. Ask questions. How are you today? Have you eaten? People just want to hear your voice. You don't know who you may be saving from committing suicide if you only just pay attention to that person who is probably going through depression or feeling alone. Be that care that the world needs, and the world truly needs healing, and you can be that person. Thank you for being with us on the program today. We look forward to having you next time.
One of the beautiful things about a community is that it gives us the chance to help people in a way we couldn't alone, because there is power in community. You can bring your little and I can bring mine, and together we can do so much more. So why not join us so we can do bigger things together, change more lives, make a bigger difference around the world? Please become a partner today by giving as little as 2,000 Naira to 84,000 Naira monthly. You can call us or visit our website to get started. We're so excited about all the incredible things we can do together. Up next, single mom Khalifa wades through the aftermath of a devastating pandemic. How did that turn out? You'll have to watch this to find out.
33-year-old Khalifa never imagined that her husband would abandon them and leave her to raise their 3 kids.
My children are everything to me. I would do anything so they would have food to eat.
But finding food and work was difficult even before the COVID pandemic. That's when CBN's Orphans Promise helped Khalifa for the first time. We provided her with training on how to run a small business. Then we gave her what she said she needed to get her food stand started. Khalifa said she finally had enough income to feed her children. Then COVID hit and people stayed home.
Before COVID, I earned between $7 to $11 a day. Then it dropped to $3 a day during the pandemic.
During that difficult time, Orphans Promise helped Khalifa and other hard-hit families by providing food packs, including rice and other staples. As the COVID crisis eased and people returned to work, Khalifa said they began to buy from her again. Her income is now double what it was before the pandemic started.
I really want to thank the people who support Orphans Promise. Because of your help, we have gotten through these difficult times. Thank you.
Look at those priceless smiles. Thank you, CBN partners. Your giving changed their lives. Now, Khalifa has more than enough for herself and her 3 kids. We'll take a short break now, and when we return, one of our partners shares why he's passionate about making a difference.
Life is a gift, and it offers us the privilege, opportunity, and responsibility to give something back as we become more. Many women, children, and families are suffering and in need, wondering where the next meal will come from. Lend a helping hand today. Be the strength when others are weak. Be the smile where others frown. Be the joy when there is so much pain. Be more. Join the 700 Club. Lend a helping hand to someone today.
I'm a medical doctor. I'm a general practitioner as well. I see this as a means of reaching out to the lost, to the needy, to the poor, especially as we're in a rural area like this. There are a lot of poor and needy ones that may not be able to afford going to hospitals.
There's no way I can be in a hospital and reach about 200 people. It's not possible in 5 days for me to see 200 people with different kind of cases. It's just not possible. But with CBN, I've been able to do that. I've learned more, been able to improvise, done more of tropical medicine, more than what one would have expected anywhere. And above all, I've seen lives being changed.
I'm an optometrist, and basically we are to manage eye conditions. I didn't come here because of any, in quotes, any benefit I'm going to get from it. I just came because I felt it's time I should do something to society.
I want to encourage those undergoing training, male and female, whoever you may be, as long as you're in the medical field, doctors, nurses, you are needed here because there are a lot of people to be reached, and the more we are, the more people we can cover.
Everybody from every sphere of life should use their skills to serve God by reaching out to people.
I want to say a big thank you to the organizers for creating this kind of platform for us to be able to reach out to the lost, because on our own we may not be able to reach out to so many, especially in this setting. But with this kind of platform, we can reach out to them effortlessly.
Thank God for the level of cooperation we have received from our volunteers. They have really shown love and commitment to this cause.
One day in church, I happened to meet Brother David, who is also working in CBN, and he told me all about how to partner and be a part of 700 Club, and it was a joy for me because it was like a prayer come true for me. I chose to partner because Superbook had been a great blessing to me. I see people, smile when they have a borehole drilled, when there's a medical evangelism in a community, and people's lives are being touched, surgery, and so on and so forth. Just sending the money, I feel is not really enough. So I thought it wise also to be following the team on this medical evangelism. I was happy when I heard that CBN have an affiliation with an orphanage home. I felt so happy by the smiles on people's faces, especially the children. 700 Club, for me, it's God sent. You can't do this and go empty-handed. I urge everybody to come on board and join CBN and be a part of this great experience.
Thank you, Francis, for partnering with us and for choosing to be a part of this great mission to touch lives. God bless you. Hearing from you is one of the best parts of our week, which is why we created a whole segment to share our comments with the world. So coming right up is our feedback segment.
I was born under complicated circumstances.
Back at home, I felt rejected and sad.
I felt I wasn't good enough.
He was very, very possessive.
I got pregnant. I had a baby. Then I dropped out of school.
I'm sick and tired of this life I'm leaving. Somebody tell me why am I still breathing?
I went back to the Word of God.
Right now, I know who I have on the inside of me, and I know who I am.
Strive for excellence and give it your absolute best every time you get a chance.
We will pray some more. We will dance, we will sing, we will love you more. On and on, we proclaim you, Lord. We scream from the bottom of our hearts. I don't want this to end. I don't want this to end.
We've come to that time on the program where we draw the curtains, but it's not the end. You can stay in touch through our social media platforms, and before you know it, we'll be back on your TV screen with another inspiring episode of You Were There. See you soon.